Okay, next we'll go to Jake Malik. Jake, you can go ahead and unmute.
Yeah, I just had a quick question. So obviously playing Patrick Mahomes that's got to be tough. And, you kind of touched on it before, but how important is it really just to get pressure on Patrick to make him uncomfortable in the pocket and maybe try and get him out of the pocket and hopefully disrupt his rhythm somewhat?
Yeah, it's super important. I think it's important for each and every single quarterback that you're going to play against, especially ones that have great arm talent, have the ability to run and make plays. We want to be in their face nonstop, having them have their eyes focused on us, one hitting them versus their eyes downfield to go and make plays. So we noticed as we watched the previous game that we played against them early on in the year, the first half he was nice and comfortable and had the ability to get the ball downfield and throw deep passes to the Cheetah and Travis Kelce and all the other guys that they have on that team. But closer to that second half, when we started to make a run to get back into that game, it was due to our front seven pressuring him and making sure that we were getting after him. And he was really running for his life. And so that's what we want to do from the first second to the last second of this upcoming Super Bowl.
Okay, and we'll take our next question from John Shearer. John, you can go ahead and unmute.
Hello, Ndamukong. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty well. I was curious what you think about Matt Stafford getting an opportunity elsewhere, seeing as you both played in Detroit.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be out there and wanted the opportunity to get out of Detroit. I think it was mutual from my understanding, outside looking in, and I believe he had decision-making power to decide where that was going to be. And so he chose LA, and that's really good for him. Hopefully we get a chance to play against them next year, wherever I might be, hopefully here in Tampa, and go from there.
John Shearer with Journey with the Jays Network.
Hey, Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
It's a pleasure to talk to you. Has the NFL talked to you guys on how you might, how the celebration might go if you win the Super Bowl? I guess in regards to COVID and the 6-foot rule, seeing as how the Dodgers celebration went for the World Series last year.
Excuse me, I didn't get the question.
So has the NFL talked to you about how you're going to celebrate if you win the Super Bowl in regards to 6-foot rule and things like that?
Oh, I don't know anything about that. They're not going to talk to me about that.
Have they?
That goes way above me. So I don't really have any idea. You'd have to talk to the publicity department and actually to Jason about that.
We'll go next to Jake Malik from Sideline Sports.
Hey, Darrel, how you doing?
How you doing?
Doing well. So obviously there's been a lot of talk about Eric Bieniemy. He didn't get a head coaching job. You've been working with him, obviously. Just, it's kind of a two-part, but just tell us, what is he like? And, obviously he didn't get the head coaching job, but what makes you think that, he really is worthy of getting that position?
He's a great guy, great person. And, the way he come in, the way he work, the way he prepare, it's slim to none. The way they approach the game, he want the best for each and every one of these guys. And I'm really surprised that he didn't get the job. But the way he approached the game is just different. Being behind Coach Reed and just having the opportunity to be behind one of the greatest coaches of all time, learning from him. I think Coach Eric Bieniemy took a lot from that. And I just hope and pray that he get the opportunity that he deserved, because he really deserves it. And I think he's not only a great coach, but he's a great person. And I just hope and wish him success in the long run.
And we'll take our last question from John Shearer with Journey with the Jays Network.
Hey, Darrel, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I've been wanting to ask you guys this question. How are you going about preparing for this week? Are you preparing as if it's a road game because you're in Tampa? Obviously, Tampa is at home. You're not sure what type of fans are going to show up. So are you preparing as though this is a road game, a home game, or what?
Preparation is always the same. Yeah, we're preparing like it's a road game. You know, it don't matter who comes there. If it's 1,000 fans, if it's no fans, you know, we gonna be prepared, and you know, we just waiting on the opportunity to come.
Okay, our next question is Jake Malik. Go ahead, Jake.
Hey, Bashaud, how you doing?
How you doing?
So obviously you guys played Tampa a couple of weeks ago back in week 12, and you personally had yourself a nice game. You had an interception, 2 passes defended, and I know playing Tom Brady, that's got to be tough. This is the biggest stage, and I know it was different then. So how do you prepare to play him again, and what do you do to, you know, try and emulate that game and have another nice game for yourself?
Man, we just got to hone in on ourselves. At this point in the season, everybody's identity is who they is. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are who they is, and Kansas City Chiefs are who they are at this point in the season. We just got to go out there and really play to our maximum potential, our maximum ability, and really focus on and hone in on what we got to keep control.
John Shearer. John?
Hey, how you doing today, Jamal?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing all right, dealing with the blizzard up here in Pennsylvania, but I'm doing all right. I wanted to ask you about stopping Tyreek Hill. I'm sure you've got this question many times, but yeah, he obviously went off for a record-setting day. How do you go about stopping a guy like that, in addition to everybody else that you have to stop? Thank you.
Well, I'm just whatever Coach Bowles call. I'm just gonna play the call, and whatever technique the call has me doing, I have to do it to my best ability.
All right, next we will go over to John Shearer.
Hey, Ronald, how you doing today?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just wanted to ask you, are you treating this as a home game, an away game, neutral? I mean, with cadences and things like that, you know, and you're not really sure what kind of crowd's going to be there, whether it's Bucks or neutral fans. Like, what kind of game is this for you guys?
Yeah, that's another great question. I'll probably say, you know, go neutral, you know, just, you know, the kind of game it is, you know, it's probably be split, you know, with the fans and stuff. It's probably gonna be the most fans we played in front of all year. So definitely gonna be, you know, one for the ages. And yeah, I'll tell you probably at the kickoff, you know, what kind of game it's gonna be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next we'll go over to Jake Malik.
Hey, Ronald, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Not much. So obviously LaShawn McCoy is a veteran presence on this team, and Tom Brady as well, another veteran presence, but specifically LaShawn is a veteran running back. How has he helped you as a running back? How has he improved your game? Because, you know, LaShawn's been in the league and he's been a superstar for a long time. So how did that help you, having him kind of on your side?
Yeah, definitely. Again, kind of like, you know, having like, you know, a semi-coach, you know, out there just, you know, telling me what to expect. You know, he'd be like, hey, Rojo, you know, look for this, you know, on the defense, you know, this and that. And so, you know, just taking those tips and reminders and just applying them to the game, you know, definitely helps slow it down for you. You know, like you said, yeah, outstanding career, things like that. So I'm still learning from him, you know, as we speak now. So I definitely like, you know, having him be a part
Next question will come from Jake Malik of Sideline Sports.
Hey, Tyler, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Appreciate you for asking.
Yeah, so you got to work with a lot of, you know, incredible talents this season. Tom Brady, Gronk, Antonio Brown. I mean, the list goes on and on. Just speak to me, you know, what it's been like having, especially on the offense, such incredible talent for, you know, the guys that have been stars for years. How did that help you, especially with you being in your first year in the NFL? How did that help your development?
I would say it definitely helped by seeing their work ethic and seeing how much they love the game. They all big name guys that's been around the league for a long time. And just to be able to see them do what they do at the highest level has definitely helped my game out. And definitely is going to skyrocket my game as well. Put a lot of their small things that they do into mine. So that's what I plan on.
I'm going to go over to Joe Ellis.
Hey, Antonio, glad to see you playing again. How is your knee coming along, and do you feel you could be the X factor of bringing the championship to Tampa Bay?
We'll see, man. I'm looking forward to the opportunity. Next question comes from Joe Ellis. Joe, you may now ask your question.
So what's the key that you're focusing on to make sure you guys come out on top on Sunday?
Just playing our brand of football. I mean, we know they have a great team over there. Obviously, they won a Super Bowl. They reigning Super Bowl champs. But I feel like if we play our best football, play our brand of football, we can beat anybody, no matter what team it is. So as long as we come out there and play our type of football and come in and play from start to finish, we'll be good.
Our next question will be from Joe Ellis.
So what is the biggest challenge you guys face with the Kansas City offense after facing two really good offenses the last couple of weeks?
They got a lot of speed. That's the main thing, speed. And they got a great quarterback that makes plays, gets out the pocket, scrambles around. But best in the league. So really, it's just for us, we got to play smart, fundamental football. Got to limit the mistakes and create turnovers. But just got to worry about the speed. It's always something you got to remember with the Chiefs.
And we'll go next to Jake Malik from Sideline Sports.
Hey, Damien, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
Not much. So this weekend, you got a tough matchup. You have to play against Rob Gronkowski, and he is one of the most physical tight ends in a very long time. He's a big guy. He's a strong guy. How do you prepare to play against him and try and slow him down? Because even though he took some time off, he's still big, he's still strong, and he's hard to stop for sure.
Yeah, he is all those things. But in the passing game, I think we need to just win our leverage as linebackers. I mean, if we counted on help over the top or inside, we win our leverage to the outside. If we count on leverage to the inside, we just win our leverage to the inside. I mean, it's simple as that. But the thing about Rob Gronkowski that he really improved on, I don't know how he did it by taking so much time off, but he's so much a better blocker now. Like he really gets after people at the point of attack on run plays, and that's a big plus that he's added to his game this year, and it shows.
We'll go next to Joe Ellis from Sideline Sports.
How you doing?
What's going on?
What's the key for you guys in stopping the dual running threat with the Tampa Bay offense and keeping them off the field?
Man, they got two really, really, really good backs, man. I mean, obviously we all know about Fournette, but 27, he's a monster in his own right. He's a little more shifted, a little more faster. But we got to keep those guys bottled up, man. It's going to come down to tackling, because if you look at it, both of them are extremely elusive. It's Fournette, he's a bigger guy, but he makes people miss all the time when you watch the film. So I think it's just going to come down to tackling.
We have time for one more question. We'll go to John Shearer.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Hello.
It's nice to meet you. So my question is, are you guys treating this as a road game, a neutral site, home game? Because Tampa Bay obviously is at home, and you're not exactly sure what kind of fans are going to show up, whether it be Tampa Bay or not. So what kind of game are you treating this as when it comes to like cadences, calling out, things like that?
I have no idea, to be honest. I mean, obviously it's in Tampa Bay. You know, it's going to be surrounded by Tampa fans outside. But once you get inside, I know we'll have some fans too. So I really don't know what to expect. I'm just more so focused on like the football part of it.
All right, next we'll go to John Shearer.
Hey, Frank, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Doing all right. So have you reached out to Lev about maybe collaborating on like a rap album or a song or anything like that?
Man, look, you know me, I ain't no rapper. And one thing I don't do is I ain't no rapper for real. Look, but I got a few albums in the chamber. You know, I'm sort of like Wu-Tang. You know, Wu-Tang, they got that chamber album. You know, they ain't releasing it till like 2035 or something. Y'all got to look that up. Wu-Tang, something crazy. But No, I ain't no rapper, bro. I'm a football player and designer. All I do is I ain't got time to rap. You know what I'm saying? It's other dudes who rap on my team and other dudes who rap and stuff is in the NFL and stuff like that. But I don't even got time to put together lyrics and stuff like that, man. I'm too busy putting together plays, making clothes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, next we'll go to John Shearer.
Hey, Alex, how you doing today?
How's it going?
It's going pretty well. First question is, what do you think it's going to be like going up against that fantastic line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and trying to get to a guy like Tom Brady who moves so well in the pocket? He's not exactly mobile, but he moves so well.
It's going to be the ultimate challenge for us. And honestly, in a game like this is what you want. You want the best versus the best. We feel like we're the best D line in the league, you know. I'm sure they feel the same way about their offensive line. So what a better environment to, go one-on-one against. So we're looking forward to that challenge, and we understand that we got to show up and do our part if we want to win this game.
Right.
1 second.
How will you be celebrating if you guys win? I guess Disney World or whatever with COVID.
Then I would love to go to Disney World. I think only the MVP gets to go to Disney World. But I don't know, with COVID, it makes everything a little strange this year. So my only focus is coming out with the win, celebrating with my teammates on the flight back, and we'll go from there. But the first two got to come
Great.
first.
Next we'll go to Jake Malik from Sideline Sports.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. Obviously, you're playing Tom Brady this weekend, and Tom Brady he speaks for himself. The one thing that is really key to beating him has always been, especially in his Super Bowls in his past, has been get pressure on Tom Brady. If you get pressure on Tom, get him out of the pocket, you can disrupt his rhythm, you can beat him. How much of an emphasis has that been for not just only you, but your teammates, your fellow defensive linemen? How much your coach has been preaching that this week?
Yeah, we know the significance of getting pressure on Tom Brady, man. I'm sure everybody has said it. He's the greatest player that's touched a football. So you give him time back there, he'll carve you up. So we know that our job is important this week, and more than anything, we have to get pressure, and not necessarily pressure all around, but specifically we got to get push up the middle. And we have a solid game plan set, and we're excited about executing that.
What did Jake Malik with Sideline Sports?
Hey, Tanoh, how you doing?
Great.
So you play the Bucs this weekend. Obviously, we all know that, and they have a great running game. They got really a three-headed monster with Jones, Fournette, and McCoy. It's obviously a lot to handle, and you want to stop the run game because you want to keep your offense on the field. But of course, if they're running it, that's the best way for them to keep you guys, or rather your offense, off the field. So how do you stop that run game? What is your plan to attack all three? Because it's, like I said, it's a three-headed monster, and it's a lot to work with, I'm sure.
Yeah, and those guys are really playing their butt off now. So it's exciting to see. I feel like it really comes down to us as a D line setting that wall, that brick wall, making sure there's no gaps open for them. And tackling is going to be key. You see these guys breaking off of tackles, making people miss all the time. So making sure we wrap up and get them down is swarming them is key.
Next up, we'll go to Joe Ellis with Sideline Sports Network.
How you doing? So your defense isn't given enough credit to get you guys to the big game with all the success your offense has had. What do you guys need to do against Tampa to make sure you guys win and prevail Sunday?
We just got to get after the quarterback. That's their guy. He's a legend, and he's definitely been playing well these last couple games. And our job as a D line is to first stop the run, so then we can finally, really get after him. Getting him off the spot's going to be important.
We'll go to Jake Malik with Sideline Sports.
Hey, Tristian, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So, Tristian, you had an incredible season. I have to say, first of all, congratulations on not only a personal great season, but for the team. You had only let up 1 sack the entire season, which is unbelievable, especially for a rookie. You had to protect Tom Brady the entire season. So this is a 2-part question, really. How did Tom help you? Because Tom's been in the league for so many years, and obviously he's worked with a lot of guys. How did he help you grow as an offensive lineman? And then next, who was, besides Tom probably, who was the most important player to your growth? Who do you think helped you as an offensive lineman grow the most?
Oh, that's a good one. So I think, Tom just being the type of leader that he is, you really want to gravitate towards him and just be a sponge and soak up everything, he has to say or has to offer. We play different positions, but, he could tell you to do something a little bit differently, or he wants you to sell something a certain way, and he'll tell you like why, and then you kind of you're like, okay, I get that. But it's just been cool to, to soak up as much information from him as I can. And I think for part 2 of your question, I think it'd be Alex Kappa, playing next to him. Like, he's so smart, and trying to develop a good bond with him throughout camp, so we could go into, the regular season and be able to play fast. Was, it was awesome. Just the amount of communication that he does, we get up to the line of scrimmage, and during camp, a lot of time it was like him telling me what to do or something like that, just as I was like kind of getting going. So I didn't slow everything down, but then in this, once we got rolling into the season, just like, it's like we got so comfortable with each other. It was just awesome. But I think, he helped me quite a bit.
This question will come from Jake Malik of Sideline Sports.
Hey, William, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So you had a good season, but more importantly, your defensive line had, an unbelievable season. You guys were an incredible unit as a whole. Just talk to me about what it was that you guys did as a group that made you guys so formidable, because it seemed like you were easily the best all season.
Thank you for that. But I think it comes from Casey. The preparation that he has is the way that he prepares us, like as far as the knowledge of what we need to do, what we're going to see, all our keys and reads and the techniques that he teaches us. And then just us having the mindset to be able to come out there and be dominant, to be better than we were last year. And I feel like we accomplished that. Those are the 2 main factors.
Joe Ellis at Sideline Sports Network.
How's it going?
Good.
So good. So a lot of guys aren't giving your defense enough credit in Tampa. Your defense has done really well this year and carried the team when the offense has struggled. How does it feel going up against the Chiefs, which is the #1 offense in the league, knowing that you guys haven't gotten the credit you deserve?
Right. I really don't focus on any of that. Only thing we're focusing on is going out there playing all 3 phases very well to the best of our ability, and focusing on us. And if you get caught up in the things that about not getting recognized, then you're losing focus of what the real prize is. And I don't want to lose focus of that. And I don't think any of the other guys are losing focus of that as well. This is a team sport that play with all of us, with 11 men on the field at a time. And for us, we just glad to have the opportunity to go out and compete and just to showcase who we are and what we can do and what we can accomplish.
And just a quick follow-up. How do you guys plan on neutralizing the Chiefs' speed from the defensive standpoint?
Just executing the game plan. That's our biggest thing. What the coaches have put in, we just feel like if we execute the game plan to the best of our ability, and I really, really believe that we'll be fine. And the biggest thing when you have a team when you're facing a team like Kansas City, you really just have to hone in on all the detailed things. You have to hone in on all your technique. You have to remember and trust the process in the beginning of the alignment, your assignment, then your technique. And if you do those 3 things, you'll be successful. But that's the biggest thing, just staying focused, living in the moment, and trusting your eyes, trusting your technique, and just playing your game.
Thank you, man. Best of luck to you on Sunday.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
The last question is going to come from Joe Ellis.
How's it going, Meg? So everyone knows the center and quarterback have this great relationship. How long did it take you and Tom to form the relationship once he came into Tampa? And what's that relationship like today?
It didn't take too long, really. We both kind of have the fiery spirit, and I think that has helped us quite a bit. Getting to know each other and knowing what we're about. But as a center and quarterback, again, it's this huge trust factor between me and him, knowing and making sure we're on the same page and how we see things especially when it comes to protection. So for us, it didn't take that long. This spring I came back to Tampa pretty early, even though we didn't have OTAs, and I spent some time with him when he was throwing with the receivers, at the high school here in town, and it was a good jump start of what to expect from each other. And I feel like throughout the year, that trust has just we have no indecision on the decisions that we make on the field. So it's huge.
First to Joe Ellis from Sideline Sports Network.
So with Tampa, they have two distinct running backs. Which one poses more problem for the defensive front?
Honestly, they're both great backs. Leonard Fournette is a phenomenal runner from when he was with Jacksonville, even at LSU, and all the way to here. He's always been a phenomenal runner, as well as the other one. He was a dynamite. Honestly, I like how he plays. Fast guy. He fights for everything, every inch he gets. Like I said, two great phenomenal rushers. I like both of the play style. It's kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It's just hand in hand. They're like literally one takes a break. Here you go. You go in. No one goes. It's kind of like they don't fall off. The second one comes in and another one comes in.
I'm going to go next to Joe Ellis.
How has it been playing for Coach Reed? Everyone always says, what a great guy he is and how he's a player's coach. What is that experience like for you?
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better head coach the last 8 years in the game of football. And he's just so fun and keeps everything so loose and keeps everything so structured that you know what you're going to be, what you're going to have to do. And he's not, his door's always open if you have a problem, an issue. And he just does a great job of managing, leader of men for sure.
And we'll take our first question from Jake Malik of Sideline Sports.
Hey, Travis. Congrats on a great season. I know this is not how you wanted it to end. Offense couldn't quite get clicking today. Can you walk me through maybe what didn't go right and what you guys may be able to fix for the next, for next season?
I guess we got to be better in the red zone, right? The 3 points isn't going to do it early on. They were putting up touchdowns. We were putting up field goals. And what that did was it put their defense in an opportunity to play a little bit deeper and make us kind of work the ball downfield. And from that point, it was just a lot of mistakes. And you can't win the ball game with turnovers. You can't win the ball game with penalties. And sure enough, we didn't execute in either one of those areas.
Last question will go with Jake Malik with Sideline Sports.
Hey, Clyde. Again, tough loss. I spoke to some of your teammates earlier. The offense didn't get clicking, but you still had a productive game for yourself. What can you kind of take from this game? I know it was hard, but what can you take for yourself and try and build on it for next season? Because you did have a nice rookie season, and this was the biggest stage. What can you take from this, really?
I'm as good as I want to be. This team is as good as we want to be. We always, when it comes down to our losses, I feel like we beat ourselves, and the world seeing that. The world, everybody seeing that. We just couldn't do the things to execute. But props to Tampa Bay. They did the things that they needed to do in order to win the game. So for me, the things that I take away from this season, I'm in the lab tomorrow as soon as I possibly can. Anything, whatever I'm doing in Kansas City in 9-degree weather, I'm doing it. This is something that I'm not used to. I don't like losing. This is gonna eat at me. So, I don't make a lot of promises and I don't say a lot and I don't do a lot. As far as trying to be in the light of the NFL, but 2-5 from Kansas City, Clyde, I promise you. everybody will feel me next year.
Next question is from Jake Malik, Sideline Sports.
Hey, Harrison, tough loss. I know this has got to hurt, and I know a lot of emotions right now. You were on the sideline. You saw everything that was happening. Can you just tell us maybe what was going on with Patrick? Why, the offense wasn't clicking? Did you have any insight being just at least on the bench and possibly around them?
No, I really didn't. Like I said earlier, I was focused on doing whatever I could to prepare myself to make the next kick, to execute the next kickoff. And, normally I'm just hanging out with our long snapper and our holder, Tommy and James. But, I don't have any inside information as to what was going on. And, everybody, they trust Patrick and in the offense and Coach Reed, Coach Bieniemy to always do a great job. So, I wasn't concerned. And obviously tonight didn't go how we wanted. But like I said, I'm just focused on kicking the ball and doing what I need to do to help the team.
Appreciate it. Have a good off season and congrats on a good season nonetheless.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Next question is from John Shearer.
Hey, Harrison. Sorry about the loss. How do you feel after this one? Obviously, last year was a great feeling winning it. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you're feeling now after a different outcome this year?
Yeah, definitely a different feeling, and I don't think anybody came into this game expecting to lose. So for me personally, I was kind of soaking in, seeing Tampa Bay written all over the screen, seeing all the confetti coming down. I think that's just going to be fuel for next season. I think we'll be more motivated than ever to get back and to win Super Bowl 56.
Thank you. Best of luck in the offseason.
Thank you.
We'll go next to John Shearer.
Hey, Daniel. Sorry about the loss tonight. Can you go through some of your emotions just after tonight's loss and compared to last year? You had obviously won. What are you feeling after tonight's loss?
Yeah, obviously not satisfied. We had every expectation of in coming year to win, and so definitely disappointed with the way we were able to perform tonight. And so like I said earlier, we'll go back, look at it, learn from it, and the only thing you can do is use it to help you grow and to get better, right? I mean, that's really all that's left, and so we'll do that. Everybody hopefully will take the opportunity to look at their individual play and to see how we can improve and, hopefully find ourselves back here next year.
We'll take the first question from John Shearer.
Hey, Chris, congratulations on winning the Super Bowl. Really happy for you.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. This it's unreal.
Yeah, very happy. So can you talk to me a little bit about your emotions and does this change whether you want to stay in Tampa long-term or are you still putting everything on the table? Thank you.
Man, I wish I could put into words just how special this is. It feels like it's been a long 4 years for me, and I know it's been long for guys like Mike and Levante that have been, been through so much here. It's been a long year, but we prevailed through so much, and we came out on top, and that's something very, very special. And as far as the offseason, man, I'm gonna enjoy this. I want to be in Tampa. I love it here. And we'll leave it at that.
Question will come from Joe Ellis of Sideline Sports.
Congratulations, Mike. 7 years of hard work got you here, and the organization brought in some great talent to help you get over the hump. How did it feel for them to bring in all these great players to surround you, who's one of the best in the league?
Like I said earlier, we were a super team. If you look at the names on our team, if you look at our roster, we have a lot of superstar players, all pro players. The front office did an unbelievable job of getting all these pieces together, and all we had to do was just put in the work, and it worked out. So, shout out to the front office and the coaching staff and the team for making it happen.
From Joe Ellis with Sideline Sports.
Congratulations, Leonard.
Thank you.
Great game tonight. So, you're welcome. What was the key for you running the ball against the Kansas City defense, which just stopped Buffalo, which was a high-powered offense 2 weeks ago?
I say it wasn't just me. The line, the coaches took the time out, and we really went over their defense to go against, and knowing their guys. With some guys tackle low, some guys are hit and miss, and you just have to study film and understand who you're playing against, understand your opponent.
Well, congratulations, man. Last thing before I go. So how did it feel to go from Jacksonville to Tampa winning the Super Bowl, going from worst to first?
Listen, I ain't got to say too much. Y'all know, we all know, I'm just blessed. So I'm going to leave it
Next
there.
question we'll take from Jake Malik. Jake, you can go ahead and unmute.
Hey, Devin, congratulations on the win, first of all. Tell me what that ending was like, just sealing the game yourself. Walk us through what that was like.
It was great. I jumped. He threw one earlier where he just lobbed it up, and I jumped too early, so I beat myself up on the sideline about it. But I told Levante and my coach that it was going to come back, and it was going to come back at the right moment. And when we was in a zone defense, but we was kind of in the match, and when CD tipped it up, whoever, Travis Kelce tipped it up, I just said, I'm going to get this ball. I'm finna, because I didn't want him to score. So I was like, I went to get it. I was thinking about running it. I was like, nah, I'll just get down. We'll run the clock out.
Okay, next question we'll take from Joe Ellis. Joe, you can go ahead and unmute.
Congratulations, man. So, throughout this week, there was a lot of talk about the Kansas City offense, and nobody was giving your defense much credit. I happened to be one of the few guys, me and a couple other guys were talking how important your defense was going to be, how much pressure you guys were going to get on Mahomes, and how the linebackers were going to play a huge part in if you guys had a chance to win this game, and how you were underrated. How did you guys perform today? What gave you that ability to come out there and do that?
It was the biggest stage, so we just challenged everybody to play their best. It was the last game of the season to leave it all out there on the line. We just did enough to get the job done. That's all that mattered, man. It wasn't pretty. It was times where we just had to dig deep, and we dug deep, and we got it done.
Next question from Joe Ellis with Sideline Sports.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What was your secondary able to do differently tonight than you did during the season with Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, like I said before, the game plan treated us well. The coaches put us in a great position to do our jobs, and we just executed the game plan. Everybody knew going in, all we have to do is do our jobs, and we should be successful, and that's what we did tonight.
A great game, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Next question will be from Jake Malik from Sideline Sports.
Hey, Anton, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
You had a nice game today. Obviously, you got to pick off Patrick Mahomes. Just tell me what that was like, intercepting Patrick Mahomes on the biggest stage, and then also kind of talk to me just what it felt like to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, to win the Super Bowl, I don't even know how to describe it. It's something that I've worked for my entire life. Words can explain how good it felt to win the Super Bowl. And I got to give credit to Mike Edwards. He's the reason why I got the interception. He's the reason why I got my 2 interceptions this year off a tip ball. So I got to give a shout out to him because he did his thing.
We'll go ahead and take our last question from Jake Malik. Jake, you can go ahead and unmute.
Hey, Will, congratulations on the win. I spoke to you earlier in the week, actually, and we got to talk about how incredible your defensive line was this season. You guys had an unreal game today. Guys got to Patrick a lot. You guys were, all over him. Just speak to me about, what you guys were able to do and what the coaches dialed up that was, allowed you to get so much pressure and make him uncomfortable and inevitably beat him.
Beginning of the week, number one, Casey was on our back. Coach Rodgers, Coach Bowles, they had all the confidence in us. They knew we could take advantage of our one-on-one opportunity. They just put us in the right situations and we made the plays. We got a fantastic defensive line. We got a fantastic offense, defense, special teams, man, and we came out there and we stuck it.
First question for Todd will come from Jake Malik of Sideline Sports. Jake?
Hey, Todd, congratulations on the win. You guys played a great game. What were you guys able to do on defense? What did you dial up that was able to stop Patrick, besides, of course, the incredible pressure that you guys had going this game?
Well, the biggest thing was to cover up the receivers and make them hold the ball a little bit so our rush could get there. And I think mixing up the coverages and moving some guys around and making them think a little bit and take away his first read allowed those guys to get off up front and covering the guys in the
Okay,
back.
next question is Joe Ellis from Sideline Sports. Go ahead, Joe.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
So what did your line do today to have such great success that, you know, the Bills didn't do a couple of weeks ago when they played Kansas City?
Yeah, so I think we did from a scheme standpoint, there was we put ourselves in a good position, mixing in some play action and have a healthy run game. I think that makes things a lot easier. You know, you're not dropping back and just chucking it down the field. You're not just chucking it down. Sorry, I'm gonna talk about baby. Head of a job. Love you, bro. Love you too. Love you, man. Good job. Good job. Appreciate you. How about them Bucks? So credit to Byron for putting us in a good position, right? I mean, there's been a lot of games where we're just dropping back and throwing the ball 40, 58 times, and that's not a recipe for success. And I think we did a nice job of changing things up.